The mind is not holy ground. It's a battlefield, wired with minds, lined with mirrors. You call it your thoughts. I call it your army. Every sentence you say to yourself, a soldier on payroll. Every doubt you rehearse, a sniper in your ranks. The war don't start when life hits you. It starts when you speak carelessly inside your own head. They told you your brain was fixed, right? That after childhood you were done, locked in, too old to change? Lie. The truth is biological rebellion. Your brain never stops building, never stops breaking. Neuroplasticity, the proof that nothing in you is permanent except what you keep repeating. Plastic means changeable, flexible. And in this empire, flexibility is survival. Every habit is a weapon, every repetition a strike. Fire the same circuit long enough, and it becomes muscle. You don't even think, you just do. That's the power in the trap. Fear practiced too long becomes instinct. Anger rehearsed too often becomes identity. You built both by accident. Now you rebuild on purpose. Inside your skull are billions of cells waiting on orders. They don't care about truth or lies, only consistency. You feed them words, they form wiring. You feed them pain, they form armor. You feed them vision, they form a crown. Plastic brain, iron habit. You're either reforging or rusting, and don't think this happens in silence. It's physical. Each repetition strengthens the bridge between two neurons. Synapses thicken, pathways solidify. The structure of your thoughts literally rewires your tissue. That's not poetry, it's war engineering. Every word in your head is electrical currency. Spend it wisely or stay broke forever. Now we step into Hebb's rule, the sniper law of the mind. He said, neurons that fire together, wire together. But here's what he meant. Timing decides destiny. If cell A lights up just before cell B, the link locks in. That microsecond of precedence is the crown jewel. Fire too late, no bond. Fire too early, no bond. Fire in rhythm, kingdom built. This is the secret every hustler, fighter, and creator learns by instinct. Timing, sequence, repetition. You can't just know better, you gotta fire different. When fear shows up, if you think I can't, your circuit reinforces defeat. But if you intercept, cut it midair, say I can, move first, you rewire the outcome. You override the automatic. You seize the throne back from reaction. That's Hebbian combat. You don't let the enemy shoot first. You preempt, you reframe before panic fires, you replace before despair loads. The brain is fast, but discipline is faster when trained. That's what separates a thinker from a commander, a survivor from a ruler. Picture your mind like a city after years of war. Old circuits still stand like bombed-out buildings. Every negative loop is graffiti on the same wall. When stress hits, your patrol units, those neurons, rush the old streets because those routes are familiar, comfortable, automatic. You call it my pattern. I call it lazy soldiers following bad maps. Here's the mission brief. Don't negotiate with old habits. Starve them. When that defeated thought shows up, I'll never get it right, you don't argue. You identify. That's an old loop. Then you redirect, because each redirection is a micro-rebellion, and repetition of rebellion becomes a revolution in wiring. This is not about hope. It's about pattern dominance. Every time you fire the new belief, it thickens. Every time you ignore the old one, it weakens. You're not fighting feelings, you're engineering signal control. This is the new war science of will. You got two systems in your skull. The limbic, emotional, impulsive, fast as lightning, and the prefrontal, logical, commanding, slower but strategic. Every battle between impulse and discipline is a fight for who fires first. You can't delete the limbic, you can only train the delay. Insert awareness. Name the emotion before it acts. That split-second gap is your throne. You win that moment. You win the day, lose it, and you repeat your past like rerun pain. That's what most people call fate, untrained timing. But you, king, you learning trigger law. Fire with precision. Think before the rush. Control the order of thought. That's how gods are built in mortal skin. Understand this. Your thoughts aren't magic. They're machinery. They follow frequency, not faith. Whatever fires most becomes command protocol. Repetition is royalty. That's the throne you sit on or the cage you live in. You don't change your life with motivation. You change it with consistent firings. You don't heal. You rewire. You don't cope. You retrain. You don't believe. You build. Brick by brick, neuron by neuron. The empire in your head doesn't care about promises. It listens to patterns. So if you keep saying, I'll try, it files that under surrender. But if you act first, speak second, repeat third, your mind salutes and falls in line. That's how kings are carved, not from comfort, but from control. Listen close. Everybody can be a king if they snatch this law, hide it where it can't be stolen, heart or mind, and then live it. Your brain is the forge. Your habits are hammer strikes. Your legacy is what's left standing after repetition. Teach the young kings this creed. Power is plastic. Timing is divine. You fire first, you rule. You hesitate, you serve. That's the law of Hebb. That's the gospel of plasticity. That's the beginning of every empire, built inside before it ever conquers outside. Next chapter, how ants become armor, when your own thoughts learn to shoot back.